Okay, fellas. Again, I do apologize for being late last night. Actually did do the conference call. We stayed on from 8:40 until after midnight last night, and a lot of people actually did show up when they saw that I was home and actually online. I do apologize for being late. I was like an hour fucking late. But as I explained, I had to get my taxes, corporate taxes though, not personal taxes. This is the corporate shit, and I had to do it after hours with this one African American lady. And she was late. She said it would only take 30 minutes. It took actually 45 minutes, and then she was actually almost 30 minutes late. So it caused me to be very late. And when you know you got to be somewhere, and someone's late, and you're sitting there looking at your, it was a nightmare. I'm sitting there looking at my phone. Oh god damn it! Fuck! What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I should have actually had Skype on my phone. That's what I should have did, and just started the conference call from there. But then she was asking questions about our expenses and stuff like that. Looks like I've been able to reduce my corporate taxes way down because I made. It's like getting feedback.
Okay. We have the chat
Hold on one
box below.
second.
Just type a question in there.
That's the yeah.
This chat box.
That would be the conference call. There we go. I just finished transcoding it into an MP3. I'm gonna upload it. You guys are going to get last week's conference call leaked out on my Facebook. Okay, and then next week I'll put up this one, this 3-hour call. It got really interesting at the end. My admin showed up, and he's very deep into the metaphysics of the world. So it shifted over to questions about that. And 2 people were very interested in that. So we stayed online until after midnight talking about that stuff. Good stuff. It does apply to the game. Although many guys just want to hear, okay, I got a problem with this girl, and what do I do type of stuff, which is perfectly valid. That's right on point. But we need to also sometimes expand our world view. So we have more to talk about with women. If you can show that you have a mastery of like metaphysics or something like that, that makes her bow to you quite a bit. All right? That's what I've noticed in my life. I also teach from my life experiences as I remember them. And sometimes I got to dig memories out of my head. So like you'll hear me say like, I don't have any memory of that. That's me looking through my memories to find something that close to what the person is talking about. Sometimes it takes me a little while to understand what they're saying and to match it to what I've experienced. So you'll notice that on my conference calls, but it's not like I'm trying to be shifty or anything like that. It's just that I got to dig my memories out and see how I handle stuff. Then I take it to how I would handle it, if I was in the game also. Most of the stuff is really simple, easy, because, I didn't take shit from women in the game because I had options, okay? There was only a couple of periods in my life where I did not have options, where I tried to settle down, dropped all the hoes, or like I talked about, at one period, I was dating just one Caucasian girl, and I could not go to her house, for like the holiday dinners, like Christmas and all that kind of stuff. In fact, that was the underage girl, and also going way back in time, the one Susan girl. But I had other options, but they were also busy, as I recall now back then. So the one underage, she was 17 when I met her. She looked like she was 23, as I talked about before, and she wouldn't tell me her age. And her mother was there when I met her. She was actually in the dance studio I was teaching at, and she had this, big ass crush on me. And I knew the main guy that he slept with way more women than I have ever slept with. Okay, this guy was a master of women, but he was also a dance instructor, and he wore all the sissy clothes and had the big crotch bulging out. So he had white women lined up. He didn't date sisters, just them white women. He's been over like 1,000 of them, easily. And these are like, fine dance chicks. You see in like dance videos. In fact, a lot of his dancers did go on to videos. So anyway, I was like a flea next to this dude. But the girl didn't like him. She had a crush on me. So before he could get to her, I snapped her up. And it was all an ego thing back then. Anyway, she wouldn't tell me her age. And after the first year of dating her, I found out she had just turned 18. I'm doing the calculation. So you had just turned fucking 17? Do you know I could have went to fucking jail? Anyway, it was, I guess, it was cool to mom till later on, and shit like that. But we dated for like 8 years. Had other women. I stopped at one point. I cut them all loose, and I tried to just be with just her. It was hard, and it was like a year that I didn't have any sideline chicks, and then I met my boy that I trained for the game. I started taking him to clubs. I got right back into the game. Right back into the game. Also, I had the belly dancer chick that was still coming around in that time period, every now and then. But she had gotten into a relationship, and I think she had gotten married then too. Yeah. So she came over a couple times when she was married. Shit like that. But hey, it is what it is. Also in the call, you'll hear me talk about when this one married chick's, she left her husband. I don't brag about that stuff. I didn't like that. I didn't want to break up a marriage. I mean, they had a nice catering business here in my town, and they were working hard, to build something at a house and all this stuff. He was a young Italian American guy. She was Italian also, but blonde haired, real pretty. Anyway, shit just happened, and then she left her husband and moved a block away from me. On the next block, I was on 24th. She was on 25th. I was on 24th and S. She was on 25th and S. Then she realized I had a whole bunch of chicks I was seeing, and she kind of realized the truth, and so she started dating this one Latin dude, and he's the one who actually set fire to my convertible that I talk about, and I explained the whole story of that in this conference call. I had a convertible Sebring, the older one, the square one. So anyway, it was a good call. A lot of questions came out and stuff like that. That's what I like. So we're going to do it again tonight. Tonight at 7:30, all right? I'm not going to let Jovina work out. I'm going to send her home to make my dinner so that when I come home, I can have my dinner and then go right to the conference call. That's why I don't like to do conference calls on Thursdays, because I have Jovina work out Mondays and Thursdays in my studio with my other clients. And it becomes a bit of a rush. At the new studio, it takes a little bit longer to get there, so she shows up about 5:30 instead of 5:15. So that 15-minute difference is, big. Then we work out till about 6:15 or whatever, and then head home at 6:30. We might get home about 6:30, 6:45, somewhere in there, depending on how long the workout lasts. And then it's a rush to get the dinner done. So I don't want to, stress her out. So I'm gonna send her home early, not let her work out, and just so we can get the conference call done. So I do apologize again for being late. I don't like when shit goes bad, and I don't like being late. That's one of the things that I've always prided myself as an African American, is being on time, and I learned that from my father and my mother. She was a fanatic about being on time too. So I'm always like right on time. When I go show up for my clients, I'm there like right 3 minutes before I'm supposed to be there. But I like to be just a slightly bit early, because I got it down to science. I don't need to do anything. It's already set up beforehand. I just walk in, do the training. So I'm one of those people that I don't like being early, because that's like a waste of my time, because my mind is working all the time. And sitting there with nothing to do is like a nightmare for me. I don't know if you guys are like that, but when I have nothing to do, like sitting in a doctor's office, I'll take something with me and read it, or work on stuff. Okay, I don't like for my mind to be disengaged. I wonder how many other guys like that. All right, fellas, peace.